Hi guys, 18 Dapper here and welcome to the first match day preview for the 2021-22 League One season. It's Doncaster Rovers versus AFC Wimbledon. Let's get the video started. So guys, welcome to the first match preview of the 2021-22 League One season, Doncaster Rovers versus AFC Wimbledon. If you're an existing subscriber, one of the 2,030, thank you very much for sticking around. Thank you for your support. It is very much appreciated. If this is a video that's brought you to the channel, please click that subscribe button and we'll go through the format of a match preview. We'll look at previous meetings between the two clubs, we'll look at the current form. Yes, it's only pre-season, but we'll take a look at it anyway. There's not much can be really thought about on pre-season. We then go on to a player profile, so we'll look at Doncaster Rovers player, an individual within the squad and just a few stats about that person. And then we'll look at the opponent, a brief history, look at the honours that you guys have achieved, and my opinion on the one to watch for you guys. But as I always say, you know your club much better than what I do, so Wimbledon fans, in the comments down below, let me know if I've got it wrong, let me know your player to watch. And also your score prediction, which I get to at the very end, just after the predictions league table. Obviously, there's no movement in the table because we've not started the season, but I'll give you a brief overview of what happens with that and how it'll go throughout the season. But before we get underway with the previous meetings, I've got a little announcement for the Black Bank. It is a supporters initiative, a supporters movement within Doncaster Rovers. It's behind the goal, and it's a group of fans that want to increase the atmosphere within the stadium, and they're doing a great job in pulling people together and getting things sorted. And because it's been such a long time since we were at the ground, they have put together something for Saturday which you may be interested in. From the Staff of Life in Doncaster Town Centre at 12 PM, people are going to start meeting. Obviously, we're still kind of in the pandemic at the minute. We're slowly getting out of it. Fingers crossed we're getting back to some sort of normality. So please be aware of people around you. If you want to wear a mask, wear a mask. If you're a little bit unsure or uncertain about being in big groups, I wouldn't go, in all honesty. But if you are there and you see people in masks, just be respectful of them. Give people the space and try and build a positive atmosphere going down to the ground on the first game in 14-15 months. I believe it's 526 days. But yeah, from 2 PM, the Black Bank and the group of people who have gone to the Staff of Life from 12 PM will be marching down to the keep moat, building that atmosphere for the first day of the season, and then hopefully that atmosphere will spill onto the pitch and we'll be the 12th man on Saturday. So if you can make it down to the Staff of Life between 12 and 2, it'd be great to see you there. I'm going to go down and have a pint myself, and then probably head down to the keep moat before 2 PM because I do like to get fans' thoughts in, so hopefully I'll get to see you there. But yeah, 12 PM from the Staff of Life and then a march down to the keep moat from 2 PM. On to previous meetings. We've not faced off that many times throughout our history. Obviously Wimbledon, founded fairly recently, and we've only faced each other 9 times. And it's as level as you're going to get. 3 wins, 3 draws and 3 defeats for the Rovers. But looking back at the last 5, it has also been fairly even. Rovers just edging it slightly in the last 5. So back in 2019, a couple of FA Cup ties, a 1-1 draw away from home, and then we won the replay 2-0 at the Keep Moat Stadium. And then in the league a little bit later on in that year, a defeat away from home 2-1. And then in the 2020-21 season, a 2-2 draw at the New Plough Lane, and then we won the return fixture 2-0 at the Keep Moat. So fairly close games, fairly even games. We've always struggled on the road against Wimbledon, done better at home. So hopefully that continues into Saturday, we will see. On to current form, as I said at the start of the video, pre-season form, I try not to take too much notice in it, but we'll take a look at it anyway. And it's fairly even coming into the first game of the season. Rovers with 2 wins in their last 5 and 3 defeats. Wimbledon, 1 win, 1 draw and 3 defeats coming into this one. But for Wimbledon, there's not been too many higher positioned opposition within their pre-season schedule. So it's difficult to judge how they're going to fare when it comes to a League One fixture. All the results have been fairly tight, 1-0, 2-0, 2-1. So for me that shows a bit of defensive solidity in the Wimbledon team. They've only conceded 8 goals in the 7 pre-season friendly games. But the concern for me is at the other end of the pitch, losing Pigott is starting to show. They've only managed to score 3 goals in those 7 games. So as I say, the defeats have been fairly tight, the win's been tight, the draw was 1-1. And yeah, defensively they look okay. In the final third they could be lacking, and that could damage their chances of staying up, in my opinion, this season. On to the Rovers. I've said it, pre-season can't be looked at too deeply in terms of form. But for me, pre-season, seeing how players have developed and how fitness has increased. But for us, going into the Harrogate game, we were still a bit of a cobbled together team with a lot of trialists. And I can't sit here now and say this is going to be our starting 11 on Saturday, and that concerns me. We're threadbare as a squad. Hopefully we see a few more additions towards the back end of the week. A couple of loanees coming in the first week. Pre-season's been hindered by COVID a little bit, so we're about 2 weeks behind. Rich has said it in press conferences that he wants to be a little bit further on. He'd have liked to have more of a rounded, solid, settled team, but it is what it is. We put a very good showing in against Newcastle. I was at that game and I thought we could have easily taken the draw or possibly gone on and beat them. I think as a team, as a collective, we were very good, but we just came up very short against a decent Sheffield United team, getting beat 4-0 the game after. So yeah, swings and roundabouts in pre-season, nothing to get too worried about, nothing to get too excited about either. It's going to be an interesting game on Saturday, that's for sure. On to player profile, I've gone with one of our newest signings, Aidan Barlow, today. 21 years old, left midfielder. I think we do need people on the wings. I think that's where we are light. But Aidan, over the pre-season, he's just found himself in the right place at the right time. Scored plenty of goals in pre-season for us. He's looked decent. Richie says he's not quite as fit as he should be. So I'm looking forward to seeing him playing when he is at his peak fitness. And Aidan's got a chance here at Donny to progress and to develop. Started at Manchester United, went on loan to Tromsø, and senior career appearances, he's only had 7, all at Tromsø, and he scored 2 goals there. But hopefully, looking at what I've seen over pre-season, we've got a decent signing here who could bag us a few goals in League One for sure. Moving on to the opponent, AFC Wimbledon, founded in 2002, currently managed by Mark Robinson, fantastic manager, has been at the club for so long. I think he joined in 2004 as a coach, and then took over the reins in 2021, I believe. He's got about a 33% win rate with Wimbledon. He'll want to increase that if they are to stay up, in my opinion. He wants to be about 35-40%. So we will see how they get on this season. But recent honours, League 2 playoff winners in 2015-16, and a little bit earlier, conference playoff winners in 2010-11, and then they were conference champions in 2008-2009. So they've had a rise up through the leagues. They've kind of established themselves in League One. I always have them down for relegation each season, and they exceed my expectations, so there's potential that they'll do that again this season. The player to watch for me for Wimbledon is Aaron Presley, the youngster on loan from Brentford. He's been capped at Scotland under 16 and under 17 level. Not had any senior appearances, I believe. Played in the Brentford B team last season, but there's a fair bit of talk about him. Will he be able to step into Pigott's shoes and score the goals that Wimbledon will desperately need to stay up? As I said, the pre-season they were looking solid at the back. They've not conceded too many, but they're just lacking that threat up top. So I think Aaron Presley, they'll be looking towards him to be in the right place at the right time and bag the goal. So for me, Aaron Presley is the one to watch on Saturday for Wimbledon. Moving on to the Predictions League table. So if you are new to this The way it works is me and my family will predict the scoreline for every single league game. If we get the scoreline spot on, we get 3 points. If we get the outcome of the game but not the scoreline right, we get 1 point. If we get it completely wrong, we get no points. Last season, Max was the champion, so he'll be looking to retain his title, whereas Chris, Dad and myself will be chomping at his heels to get that title. I won it the first season we did it. Max has taken it off of me, so Chris and my dad yet to feel the pride of lifting that trophy, but I'll be wanting to get it back so that it can be somewhere in the studio. So keep an eye on that. It'll get updated every single league game on the match preview, and I'll also put it on my Twitter, the predictions before the game as well. So if you haven't followed me on there, the link is in the description down below. And that takes me on to my score prediction, the first one of the season. And generally, we don't do very well first games of seasons. I think it'll be a shaky game. I think it'll be a tight game. I think it'll be well contested as well. Wimbledon are going to be travelling very well. I believe they've sold 800 tickets, which is fantastic. So it should be a very good atmosphere as well. Fans back in the stadium for a competitive game after over 500 days. I think hopefully it's going to be a party atmosphere, and hopefully the football gets everybody off of the seat. But I think we will be all square come the end of the game. I think we'll finish 1-1. I think it's one of those games where neither team will want to get beat, and potentially they won't push too much and leave themselves open at the back. So I'm going with a 1-1 draw to get the point on the board, get the ball rolling, and get into the next game. We will see. And that is it for this preview. If you've enjoyed it, big thumbs up for us, please. Comments in the section down below, let me know your thoughts on this upcoming fixture. If you haven't already, please click that subscribe button. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.